Welcome to AbsoluteCast. It's been quite a while since we've done this podcast, and obviously because of the whole lockdown situation or social distancing or working from home, we've decided to actually record this from our respective homes, and we figured, hey, why not? Let's just get into it. So obviously, I'm going to be your host. My name is TJ. We've got with us Udit, who's our resident anti-Apple boy, as you already know. And we've
Yes.
got Knuckle, who used to be our resident spender, but I think he's sort of given up that habit now. Hi guys, how are you guys doing?
Hi. I think
Good.
COVID has changed us all in some way, right?
I think it has.
Yeah, for the better, I hope. Yeah. I'm just looking out for like when this thing ends. I think we'll enter a better future, everyone.
Ooh, philosophical.
So on that note, let's end the let's begin.
Right. So how's everything been going for you guys? Working from home, social distancing. Are you guys still at home all the time, or is anyone going out yet?
I've been going out only for groceries mostly, and maybe for a drive, yeah. But I don't get out of the car and like go somewhere as such. Mostly it's just groceries and basic stuff.
Okay.
So I've been going out for groceries, but lately I'm going out to meet my brother, my wife's brother, and cousins, and I meet friends like now and then. I mean, like maybe once every 2 weeks.
Okay.
Not much though.
And how about for work? Are you still working from home, or are you working?
Still
from the
working
office?
from home.
Still working from home. Okay.
Yeah, 5 days a week.
Right. Fair enough. For me, actually, primarily my going out is actually work. So I'm going out for either client stuff or partnerships or whatever it may be,
Okay.
but not. Even though I am working from home, but only in these scenarios I'm going out, or if there's any actual meeting where I need to really just physically go for whatever reason. So that's the only reason why. Otherwise, I've been primarily at home.
Right.
Right. Cool. So for this particular episode, we all sat down and discussed it, and we thought that maybe it'll be good for not focusing on the COVID-19 pandemic per se, because everybody's heard it, everybody's been listening to it. It's been over and done, and there's so much negativity. So
Right.
instead, let's do something slightly more positive or slightly more different. While we are still gonna have the pandemic in the back of pretty much everything that we talk about, but we're going to try to talk about it in the sense of how the funny or different effects that have happened, or something that was either happening right before and it's continued and grown bigger, or whatever it may be. So one of the things that I guess we can start with is the Chatfood or DeliverDXB or support local movement, so to say, that has come about. Obviously, Udit, Knuckle, and I we're all, funnily enough, food bloggers at some level or the other.
Right.
And we all have our different areas of focus, and we all do it very differently, which is also very interesting. And that's how we all met, through various food blogger events. So food is obviously very close to all of us, and everybody needs to eat. And I guess, Udit, tell us more about what the whole DeliverDXB thing is.
Okay, so like we have our other delivery platforms, which is Zomato or Uber Eats, and they basically charge the restaurant a commission per order.
Right.
And whereas Chatfood does not charge the restaurant on a per order basis. What you're basically doing is the customer is ordering directly from the restaurant, and that's how he's getting his food directly. So in such a case where restaurants are losing out businesses, this is much beneficial for the restaurant, because they don't lose the percentage of cut that they otherwise lose usually for the usual delivery apps. That's
Sure.
basically that in a gist. Of course, there may be a little more to it. I mean, detailed, like you were telling us. So yeah.
Yeah, so maybe I can...
How do they make money then?
So I'll elaborate on that. Maybe what I'll say is going to answer that question, because right now, it seems like their primary goal is to just acquire customers. And for them, for Chatfood specifically, their customers are the restaurants, not the end consumers. That's the restaurant's customers. So Chatfood as a platform seems to be providing a more holistic service in terms of integrating with chat environments like WhatsApp, Facebook, whatever it may be, and of course providing that whole delivery platform, so to say, which has come about through Foodshake and and Chatfood, which is called DeliverDXB. So
Right.
that's sort of how they're going about doing it for now. So it obviously at the end of the day they do want to make some revenue out of it, and I don't know exactly how much they charge or if anything at all. What I know is that they don't charge anything, but their business model is to charge a monthly fee for every restaurant by the number of outlets. And
Right.
on top of that, it's only transactional fees, which is what you would pay if you were setting it up yourself. You'd be paying some amount to the banks. These guys charge just a little bit more for the convenience, which I think is fair. So what Udit was saying was you have Zomato and Deliveroo and all these guys who charge 30%, up to 30%. Some, I think it's a little more even in some cases, I'm not sure, but 30% or whatever it may be, it's a lot. And in Chatfood, what I've noticed, my personal experience is that we actually get 20 to 25, in some cases 30% discount from the restaurant as well. So you
Wow.
get a better deal, and you're supporting them a bit more. And I don't know, it seems like a really good idea. Though their interface needs a little finessing because you have to
Right.
check the restaurant and then see if they deliver to you.
True.
So Udit, you've used it before, right?
No, I haven't used Chatfood. I just went on the website though.
To check it out.
But yeah, I to check it out. And also, I think Uber Eats has reduced their commission percentage recently after the Chatfood thing happened.
Interesting. Oh, okay. I didn't
Yes.
know that.
Oh.
So it's I think at 15%, or they reduced it by 15%, something like that. So
But the problem was not that they were charging the 30%, because as a business owner who has a business somewhat related to that industry or that style of business model, I don't businesses don't see that as a necessary problem. It comes about in when your economy is falling or when you go into a pandemic situation. That's when they wanted some more support from the likes of Zomato or Deliveroo or Uber Eats
Right.
or whatever.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, that's my
Right,
understanding.
right.
I think, Knuckle, you've almost completely given off deliveries, right?
Yeah, so it's like we order now. Once the lockdown started, I think we ordered after 2 months the first time when we
Wow.
ordered. And after that, I think we've ordered only like 3 or 4 times, which is really minimizing for us,
Right.
because we used to order twice every week earlier.
Okay.
But yeah, but now like it has brought few skills as well. Some inner skills have come out, like
Basic cooking. Yeah.
and creating something with just two ingredients.
Right.
That is
So that is a different sense of supporting local in the sense yourself.
yeah.
Cool,
But,
I mean,
but
that was-
didn't-
that
I
was-
didn't- sorry, I didn't know about Chatfood, so yeah, that's quite informative. I didn't know about Chatfood. What's happening there?
So it's not necessarily only Chatfood, it's more DeliverDXB with the
Oh,
motto of
Right.
supporting local. And I guess maybe we didn't clarify, but it started before the pandemic. It was something
Okay.
that it was a movement or an initiative that was there before, and sort of became more important because of this. And I remember seeing a bunch of tweets especially from certain accounts where they were talking about how for a commercial restaurant situation, paying their landlords became a real burden because they don't have as many customers and they have to pay the payroll, they have to pay electricity, and they have to pay for their infrastructure upkeep. And then on top of that, they have to pay for the high amounts of rents for a retail space.
Right.
It was tough. And adding on top of that, now you're going to continue paying the 30%. It would have been nice to have seen like these platforms maybe drop it like we did. We dropped it down to 0 for our partners, so it would have been nice for them to have done that as well and dropped it down to 0, and like how Chatfood is doing right now. It's cool. It's an interesting idea, I guess.
Yeah.
So I guess we'll move on to the next topic. Was Udit, you had pointed out something with the Dubai police.
Oh yes, how technology has been used. I mean, how Dubai has been using technology after the COVID has come into play. So how we have thermal imaging cameras at various places which check for the body temperature of people. Now Dubai police has smart helmets which have an inbuilt thermal imaging system. So by using these helmets, police on the go can check who has let's say a fever or a higher temperature, and that's how they can tell the person to get themselves tested for COVID. So this is something like really I thought, wow, on the go, if you can do something like that, it's something high tech, which is the need of the hour, and that's what Dubai has done.
That's kind of cool. I have two doubts though.
Go ahead.
So maybe Nakul won't face this, but what about someone like me who's hot? What happens then?
Right.
Does it give like a beep 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 or something? Like what happens then?
Well, if they couldn't catch me, I think you'll be fine.
Ooh, that's a good one. I like that. And also, okay, so the other serious point, if you're out and about walking like in the sun or whatever, your temperature's already gonna be a little higher, right?
Right.
So I wonder if they've factored that in. I don't know. I assume they would have.
I'm sure they will.
Yeah. And also, I think that's where that app comes in. What's the app name? Hosna?
Oh yeah, the one where if you've
Al Hosn? No.
if you've already been tested
yeah.
or whatever it may be.
Yeah, if you've been tested, then it'll notify you nearby. So it'll notify all the people that you've met to get tested.
Okay.
So it'll use Bluetooth and detect like the apps will talk to each other. Yeah. Yeah, I did go into like how it will work. So the apps will talk to each other on their respective phones.
Nice.
So did you get any notifications from like this friend of yours has been tested? Be careful.
No, not yet.
Yeah.
No, so is it like if I got it, my neighbors would get the notification because they're within certain proximity to me?
No, if you got it, and so both of you need to have the app first installed, and if you have it and you meet them, then only. I mean, like I don't know what distance has to be maintained.
Okay, interesting.
I think for a app which has been recently launched, there might be few bugs. So I would suggest like to make sure that the apps talk to each other, hug them first.
Yes, of course. That is totally what the Dubai laws and rules are telling us to do right now.
No, that was just a joke. So.
Yeah, disclaimer: do not hug someone. We're just joking. It's not at all serious. But yeah, okay, that's cool. And there was, I think, a couple of other things that you were talking about as well. You were talking about the influence of, I guess, working from home or social distancing having on industries like telehealth or groceries.
Oh yeah, I did mention telehealth. I've been reading about this, though I didn't go in detail. But then recently after the COVID, this concept called telehealth. So basically, you can get some advice online or chat with the doctors online, or tell them your symptoms, and then they can tell you what it is. This has picked up recently, especially after most of the hospitals weren't performing to the fullest. I mean, they were only attending to the COVID patients mostly. The rest of the services, most of them were closed. So this is something which, due to the COVID, now we can sit at home, chat with an expert, like a medical expert, and get your advice online through our phone, just sitting at home.
I think it's exploded because before there were apps. I mean, I had checked out a few, I think, a year ago or something like that. But I never I've still not really used them. But yeah, I mean, it is like you said, the need of the hour, right?
Yes, exactly.
Yeah, it's cool.
And I think it makes a lot of sense that, people used to earlier just Google for the symptoms.
Right.
And, get something wrong, like, oh my God, Google told me this. But that's obviously not true. So if telehealth picks up, instead of going to a random, Google and doing a Google search.
Yeah, I have an itch in my eye, I have foot cancer. Like
in Google, everything led to death only.
Yeah.
How come you're not dead?
How did you die today? I am clearly not dead.
But you have itching. You should be dead.
So at least because of this, people will be aware that, okay, I should not go to Google. I should go to a medical expert who knows what he's talking about, and tell him what my symptoms are, and that's how he can help me out.
That's cool.
So it's also in a way awareness about medicine or health in general.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. I think that's good. I think if you, instead of Googling it, you get some actual advice, that would be nice. Yeah. Definitely.
True.
Have you used it, Nakul? Have you used anything like this?
No. I know UAE government is pushing for people to give them mental support as well. Because people are facing issues in this amid epidemic. No.
Pandemic.
So
What is the
So, yeah,
difference
that's-
between an epidemic and a pandemic?
So there are actually stages. I was reading it once.
I know about endemic.
These are again
Endemic?
stages. How severe the disease has got, and how many people has it affected.
So is epidemic lower than a pandemic?
Yes.
Oh,
As far as I
and-
remember.
and-
It sounds
Endemic is-
more worse somehow.
Endemic is more than pandemic. Endemic is if it never ends.
Oh.
Okay. Maybe I was confused. Then.
It
Sorry.
ends us basically.
Yeah. I mean, like something like they say the HIV is endemic because there is no vaccine
Yet.
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 So like, there must be some criteria that for these number of years you're not able to find a vaccine, then you need to.
No, but even
Pronounce it,
I
yeah.
guess HIV also is now pretty contained, I want to say. Not cured, but contained.
Contained,
It's
right?
contained as in like there is no vaccine, but yes, there are like some incredible cures.
No, that's not what I mean.
available.
I mean like awareness to not spread it.
Oh, okay. Yeah, but it's still there.
It's still there. I mean, it's like a cultural barrier.
Yeah.
Things that so some people say you cannot use certain things, or for whatever cultural religious reasons, some people may not use certain things, and they may be against certain whatever practices. So I think that being open to it a bit more has now reduced the spread of it. I don't know. So in that scenario, I guess it's still endemic, but but my point was just that it's reducing. So hopefully, with even with this pandemic, once we either find a cure or whatever, maybe we can contain it. It'll be good.
Yeah.
The other thing we were talking about was groceries.
Yes. I mean, we used to buy stuff online, but groceries was definitely not one of them, I guess, earlier, like if 3 months earlier. But now, I also saw Zomato doing this,
Yes.
Yeah.
groceries.
Zomato is doing it. Noon is doing it.
No one
Yes.
is doing it.
Yeah.
So it was.
I think
was a pleasant
Amazon is now
surprise to
doing it as
see.
well.
Amazon had grocery items earlier too.
Earlier, yeah, but they didn't
But then,
push it like as
yeah,
such.
they weren't.
Not
I
like
don't know
your,
if they-
not your perishable groceries.
perishables. Yeah.
Perishable groceries, not
Yeah.
your milk and eggs and bread and things like that. But I think now they started that too.
Okay.
I think so. Have you guys ordered groceries? I mean, no, really?
No, I mean once on the phone, yes. Not.
Yeah, on the
app.
phone, like the nearby grocery
Like
store.
on WhatsApp,
that
right?
One is fine. Yeah. Yeah, WhatsApp or on the phone, but not
WhatsApp or
using
phone. Not
not
using the app.
Noon. Yeah.
Right, for
I ordered once like a couple of years back from Gibson's, but that was
Gibson's.
Yeah, that was just
Vegetables
I
and
want
stuff.
to try. Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah, we used Carrefour once. Horrible experience. Half the stuff didn't come. It came to it came like after 2.5 weeks, 3 weeks almost.
Oh.
Yeah, the waiting time was a lot.
Yeah, it was a lot, and they didn't give half the stuff. And it's more like a lottery. You don't know what you're gonna get. You don't know what's gonna like. There's no warning, you know. And then your money's stuck as well. So if you ordered like let's say you ordered a bulk of stuff, and 4 items came. So if you spent $1,000, you got worth 50, and now you got 950 dirhams stuck until they
Stuck,
give you the
yeah.
refund, which takes maybe weeks.
Oh.
So for people
Yeah.
who have a budget crunch, that could affect
That
you.
would have been worse.
Yeah, right. So we got a random assortment of groceries, and we're like, what the hell are we supposed to make with this? But then recently, she's been ordering from, I don't know where she ordered from recently, but the stuff's coming much faster. I think even Carrefour is delivering much faster. They improved their whole delivery.
Okay.
That was really poor response from their part. They should have fixed it much sooner.
And
You
do
know.
they give all the items now, or
Pretty
Still a
much, yeah.
referendum.
Now, pretty much. So so they have 2 things. They have normal Carrefour delivery and
Okay.
Carrefour Express or Carrefour Now. I think Carrefour Now is what it's called. And if you order through Carrefour Now, you definitely pay delivery, which is $5 or something like that, and it comes within either the day or the next day.
okay?
And it's usually they have a specific list. It's not all items, and then
Okay.
the other items when you order it, it might come a week later, but it'll come within a week, and it will come. Maybe 1 or 2 items here and there. You know,
Okay,
like it's
okay.
it's pretty good that way. At least for us.
Right.
I'm surprised you guys haven't ordered groceries. I thought that would be something that would have been ordered for sure.
Well, so I have a grocery right below my apartment.
I do
And,
too.
I mean, I don't even have to go like outside the building, like it's
Right. Which
in-
I need to do, even though it is literally below me. I have to go out and then in, which doesn't make any
out
sense.
and in. Yeah, so I don't have to leave the air conditioned area at all.
Right.
It's
Oh,
like
that's
that
good.
right there.
That's good. Yeah.
So yeah,
Perks
that's
of
why-
living in a hotel apartment, I guess. Right.
So yeah, that's why we didn't try the app out much.
Fair enough. I mean,
Talking about
Go ahead.
AC. I mean, like, this is off topic. Talking about AC, it's like super humid in the UAE right now.
Oh,
yes.
super humid.
It's
Oh,
so
in fact,
humid.
yesterday I was shooting the lunar eclipse. So I think Nakul, you had asked me why not today when I had messaged on the group, why not record the podcast today. So I was going to shoot the penumbral lunar eclipse,
Right.
which happened. So I did shoot, though I couldn't see much, but I'd put it on my Instagram of my rendering or my imagination of what it should have looked like. So it was a photoshopped version of what I was expecting it to be.
Interesting. So why
So-
couldn't you see it? Because of the
Okay,
humidity?
so no. It's just that the penumbral eclipse, the shadow is so little that it's very hard to see with the naked eye.
Okay.
So in one of the photos, there was a slight shadow, but that was about it.
You could have thrown some clothes onto your eye, no? Sorry, that was a really bad joke.
Right.
It was so bad because I'm just laughing because of the pause.
Right. The
I
awkward,
didn't
like,
get-
crickets in the background, if we had any. Fair enough. So my situation is our AC has not been working for like 2 weeks.
Okay.
It is horrible because we have district cooling, and district cooling, I mean, the one that we use is EmiCool. It is so inconsistent. Our bills are extremely high and the rooms aren't cooling. It's so poor.
So is there
So
an
bad.
app to call the handyman?
So there are obviously apps to call handyman if you want, but for us, we got it serviced. That just improved the airflow. Cooling has not improved, and you have to talk to the building management. They say it's the district cooling. District cooling says it's building management, so we don't know which direction to go. It's really difficult. I mean, I'm actually sweating right now while talking to you guys
Okay.
when I shouldn't be, even though my AC is set at like 10 degrees.
Whoa.
It's really low and it doesn't work. Yeah, it's frustrating. We're trying
Maybe
to.
it's because of the 10 makeup lights that you have in front of you.
Could be. It could
That's
be.
blasting your face for every pore.
Should I start my makeup tutorials?
Yeah, that's another show. Absolute best cast.
Absolute best.
Look, you're
Absolute
absolute
glam.
best. Absolute glam.
Why does it feel like Zoom has added like Kajal or something?
No, it looks fine. Yeah,
It looks fine.
to me. Maybe you're in front of like your the monitor is big, right?
Yeah, maybe
That's
that's why. Maybe that's why. Cool. All right, I guess let's move on to launches, because launches obviously haven't really happened, or
Yes.
there have been launches, but I don't know. We
It
were
didn't
all
get much traction.
Yeah, either none of us really paid attention, or we didn't even
Yeah.
know it happened. It was like a silent
Right.
launch almost, and
I know.
I think Udit was talking about the Vivo.
Yeah, there was a Vivo which had launched V50, was it? Or X50? Oh, I forgot one. So that was one of the phones which had launched X50, I think. Yeah. X50, that's right. Apart from the Motorola Edge.
Right.
Yeah, and
I think
opposed
Nakul was
to
talking about the Sony and the OnePlus.
Sony X1 Mark II.
Right.
No,
Anything special about it?
I think because for its camera.
Right.
Because I haven't tried the first version Sony X1 Mark I, but they say the camera is like point and shoot quality,
Okay, interesting.
and it has the aspect ratio is 9:16, I guess, and it's a full 4K display. But it's
Oh, okay.
expensive. I think
Okay.
it's for like it's around $1,200. So
Alright.
it's expensive.
$1,200.
that's 4,000
Wow.
dirhams. little over 4,000.
That's like
Some
that's
top,
like
yeah.
iPhone Pro 11 Pro
11 Pro Max.
territory. Yeah, 11 Pro
But
Max
I think
territory.
the most traction that any device would have got in this lockdown is iPhone SE2.
Yeah, the SE2 did launch.
Udit
Yeah.
might say like no Vivo, but yeah, it's actually it was iPhone.
No, but even the OnePlus came out, right? The OnePlus.
Yeah, OnePlus 8.
Which is a very hefty price, I believe. I can't remember it off the top of my head, but there was a rather heftier price for a OnePlus device, I guess.
See, this is what COVID has done. None of us remembers what exactly it was.
Yeah, good point.
Earlier we used to be like, yeah, this is a spec, this is now we're like, something launched last week.
Yeah.
Right. Very true.
I'm like because as soon as any phone launches used to launch before, then like people used to talk about it and like people
And we used to
talk
go for
about it
those
because
events.
events
True.
like but
We used
for,
to
for
be there
normal,
like, yeah.
for normal people as well, they used to talk about it because they wanted to give it a thought that either they should buy it or
Right.
not. But right now, because my brother asked me like he wants to get an iPhone, so straight away I told him iPhone SE 2,
right.
best phone to get right now in my opinion.
Right. What's the reason for that? Is that price or is that newest
It's the
or
price.
is it?
Is the price and the what you get in that price. So you don't have to think about changing your iPhone for at least 5 years. If you want, you can use that iPhone for 5 years because it has the latest chip, A13. I
Bionic.
think so. A13 Bionic chip, which is there in my 5,500 dirhams
Yeah.
iPhone 11 Pro Max.
Yeah. True.
Which you'll have to change in less than 5 years, perhaps.
Yeah, I mean, like for someone who is okay with staying on a phone for 5 years, they can easily go for this one.
Right.
I'm
Fair
talking
enough.
to you, all my Android fans. Get
It
iPhone.
doesn't even matter to Android fans. What are you saying right now?
Actually, that's something interesting. You had, which is a phone that you have right now, which you were testing for without the Google suite of
Huawei P40 Pro.
P40 Pro. So how is it without the Google Suite and Google Play?
So during the last few days of the review, they launched an app there, which is App Gallery, and in that they are including many of the apps. There is Gmail. No, not
App
Gmail.
Gallery has
Gmail,
existed for years.
no, there is a secondary App Gallery. Not the
Yeah,
Huawei
they made
App
a
Gallery.
new one which
Yeah,
they
new one.
combined and upgraded their old App Gallery, and
So
they've
there
done.
are
Yeah,
many,
okay.
There are many apps which are not there in Huawei App Store,
Okay.
like Instagram. I'm like many and few G Suite app as well. Not Gmail, because Gmail name shows there, but when you download it, it will take you to the browser. That's it.
Okay.
It does nothing.
Okay.
So it's like okay.
But my experience with it, I tried that 50x zoom and everything, which is a gimmick. It's impressive, but again, a gimmick.
A gimmick.
And,
Why do you say that?
I used it just to see like how far I can reach with that 50x.
Okay.
I don't
Okay.
like.
Okay.
I mean, like, I
Which
took a
swimming
photo.
pool
Of
were
Burj-
you looking at? They're all actually close, so it doesn't matter.
Yeah, I was looking at Burj Khalifa. So
Right. True.
but my experience with it, because I was able to install the apps which I normally use for photo editing or video editing, and the experience, it's fluid. Everything is great on it.
No, but I'm specifically asking about
Using a
dealing
phone
with the
G Suite.
fact that you don't have G Suite.
Yeah. It's
Does
okay.
that would that okay? Would you recommend that phone to anyone
No,
because of that?
because of that. But they can
Primarily
just-
or other stuff also?
primarily that. No, there's no
Okay.
other stuff. Everything is great on that phone. It's
Right.
fluid. Everything works.
But you still
fine
can't recommend it.
because of.
Oh my gosh!
Not having
and
G
then Trump has just extended that stupid ban for no reason.
Oh, okay. He has.
Yeah, he extended it. Just I think a week or something ago, he extended it.
Okay.
Some time back. Yeah, which it's bizarre. I don't understand.
Yeah.
I thought the ban was like indefinite, like unless they stated so.
No, it was
Even I
18
thought
months
so.
or something, and then they were gonna.
It's been 18 months already. Because
yeah.
I remember we discussed on this in our
On-
podcast.
previous
One of our
podcast,
podcasts,
right.
yeah,
previous
that's right.
podcast.
Right.
It's
And
been
I was
that
talking
long.
about like 5G and all that. I remember that.
Yeah.
Good old days we used to meet. I mean,
Yes.
Yeah, let's see. I mean, this is a different take. Maybe it could become a more of a staple feature for us. You never know.
Yeah.
Cool.
Yeah,
Okay.
true.
One of the other launches that happened was what Knuckle, you were talking about it. OSN
OSN Plus.
Plus.
Plus
OSN Plus
HBO.
HBO
Plus everything that
Disney
was
Plus.
everything that was on Vivo plus that.
Right.
Yeah. So it's pretty good. I haven't tried it because they are giving 7 days free trial, but I was a user of Vivo before, so I cannot use that
The
free
trial. Right. Okay.
Yeah.
Oh, that's the only reason you couldn't spend. Otherwise, I'm sure you would have. I mean,
No,
you
the biggest
wanted
reason was pandemic, COVID. I didn't want to spend
It's,
because
for him it's this pandemic.
pandemic.
because I think in this lockdown there is so much content on Netflix and
Right.
Amazon Prime already. If I can finish that in
Honestly,
one,
to me, it
in
feels
one
like it's
pandemic.
done. I've watched everything. I don't know what's left. We just had a show come back, but yeah, man, we're running out of things to watch. Honestly,
Yeah, I mean there is good stuff, but it's just that I'm not able to start using it because I want to watch something epic.
right?
Right.
Yeah, but
There's not really anything epic out at all.
In the UAE Netflix.
What's there in the non-UAE
Yeah,
Netflix?
that's what. There's nothing epic in the UAE Netflix.
No, but that's my question. What's there that is epic in the non-UAE Netflix or outside Netflix?
I don't know
You
what
get-
exactly, but then
I think you
when
get a
I
lot
try to
of
look
Marvel
for
stuff.
shows online, like what's good to see on Netflix, and then I try to search for it on UAE, I don't find half the things. Like, okay, people say this is nice, but I obviously can't watch it. It's not there here.
Right.
But if you're having trouble selecting what to watch, choosing what to watch, what services do you have? Netflix,
And
Amazon Prime.
Amazon Prime. So there is an app, Real
Yeah,
Good.
that'll tell you where it's available.
Real Good, yeah, where it's available and what to watch and what's
Okay.
new, what's their IMDb rating, Rotten, and you can filter content based on their IMDb rating or release date or Rotten Tomato score.
What is the app called?
Real Good.
Real good.
REEL.
Yes.
Is it sponsored by Emar?
No. no, because in that app there's a lot of content which is not available here.
Right.
But still, I mean, and the best part is once you click on a movie, you see a movie there and you click on it with the IMDb rating and you choose to watch it. So there'll be tab Netflix if it's available there. If it's available on Amazon Prime, it'll be there. And if you click on that, it'll take you straight to the Netflix app.
App, okay.
Nice.
Yeah, and if it's not there, then again it'll show an error. That's
Okay.
fine. I mean,
Interesting.
So, yeah.
That actually leads us quite nicely into two topics. But so I'll bring in the first one, which is the movie drive-in cinema experience that has
Right.
that has popped up back from 20, 30 years ago. So first, of course, was Novo Cinemas, which had Novo
Vox.
was it? No, Vox. Yeah, sorry, Vox.
Vox Drive-In.
In Mall of the Emirates that had it for the
Yes.
first, and then they had to close it because our deadline shifted again back to 8 o'clock, and then they reopened it again, and now Real Cinemas has joined the bandwagon, and
Right.
Novo.
Novo.
Right. Okay, so they are I guess they have a cinema, but that's interesting. I think Udit, you were talking about a couple of things that they use your radio to play back the audio, right, from the
Yeah,
movie.
so that was something interesting. I mean, I don't know how drive-in cinemas were earlier, but then it's an interesting thing that the audio will play through your radio. And a small detail which I was talking to you about is that some American cars can only tune the radio to an odd number of frequency. Strangely, I don't know why. And this one plays, I just checked, on 87.6.
Do you
which
mean
is
like an odd number, as in like a
Like
bizarre
say-
number, or like numbers which are not even?
odd number.
which are not
That's an
even-
odd number. Like I would
like
never have thought of the
234
number
234
99641. Yeah, pi. Like
Tuned to fraction of this much.
To tune your radio, you need to know like extensive quantum physics. Like
Yes.
Like solve this equation to hear the movie.
Tune your radio to 3010 theta. I'm like, that's trigonometry.
whatever it is. I mean,
Anyway, so this one plays on the station 87.6,
right.
which is an even number, and some American cars strangely cannot tune into an even number of frequency.
Wow, that's bizarre.
I know. So,
But does it affect us? Because most of the car here are JCC spec.
yeah, I mean, it doesn't affect me, or I don't think it affects us personally, but I know some of my friends who have US spec cars, which they have bought here, and they can't play the even number of frequencies.
I was actually myself looking at buying a US spec American car right before the pandemic, which I didn't end up doing because of the pandemic, but that's what I was. So it's something I would have never considered looking at. But it's
Right.
interesting that you brought it up because now I will actually I have a checklist to go through for when I like a car, but I'm gonna be like, turn it on. I want to check the radio. Does it go to like an odd number, or does it even include evens? Like, that's a weird form of radio racism.
Radio racism.
If that's a thing, I don't know. Interesting.
Odd frequencies matter.
Yeah. Oh God. We are not gonna go into political statements now. I think
I
the
meant all
thing.
frequencies matter. Okay,
All
shut
frequencies.
up.
Again, no comment. No comment. Cool. I think that's interesting. I mean, I have been to a drive-in cinema experience when I was like a tiny baby. So I don't know. I've been told that I've been, so I have no recollection of it.
Oh.
Because obviously, like and I think it was in Dubai as well, in 93 or something like that. I'm not sure. I could be wrong about that, but that's what I remember. That's what I remember being told. Which is interesting that it's taken about 30 years for it to come back, and I like the idea of a drive-in cinema. I do like it because I've over the years I've hated going to cinemas because of the strange, bizarre behavior of some people in cinemas. Some people talking on their phone, talking loudly, discussing, I don't know, private matters and having weird discussions, and it's disruptive to other people around, which is why they even introduced the whole silent cinema thing. What was that called?
Silent cinema?
Yeah, so Vox came out with a concept.
Oh yeah, that you should need to keep your phones off and everything.
Yeah, and there's a
otherwise
guy
they-
going to patrol the
Yeah, right.
to check on it and tell you off like a school
yeah,
teacher.
I remember this.
Right? I don't remember what it was called, but
Yeah.
like, so
I remember that.
So I liked that idea because it was something that prevented me from wanting to go to cinemas. I would go every now and then, but I would try to choose like an odd hour or right at the end of the life cycle of a movie so that there's less people there and something like that. But it ruins your viewing experience. So being in your car, you're kind of isolated from all the other crap that's going on around you. So
Yeah.
I don't know. I
But
like
maybe some people would want a real cinema experience where people are talking, like discussing the movie within.
Is that something you look for?
No, that's
No,
definitely
not
not
me.
something I
Okay, other people you mean?
Yeah, some people. Yeah,
Some
some
people.
people
Okay.
maybe they are into it.
But then have you seen the price point at I think 180
180.
bucks for two people? I think it's
Oh. No, but it
high.
includes food and stuff.
It includes 2 popcorns and 2 drinks.
Okay.
Not enough.
Yeah,
That's it?
I mean, yeah, and I think 1 chocolate or something like that. Like not a burger or not something
Nachos?
substantial. Perhaps a nachos or a popcorn, something like that.
A popcorn is what? $20?
$20, yeah.
I'm like
And a
look at it as
drink
a
is-
combo. I mean, the
And
combo
most of the
is, I think,
times
30.
when I used to go for a movie, I would take the 1-on-1 offer or something like that.
Right,
So I would
buy one,
end
get
up
one free
paying
or
about
something.
$20 per head. So that's 40 for 2. And here I'm paying 180 for 2. Using
That's
my card audio.
That's 90 dirhams per person. So
Right.
I'm just trying to do the math. So you have $45 standard ticket price for a normal movie. Not talking about discounts. Plus you have 20 dirhams for the
Popcorn.
drink or for the popcorn, and let's say another 20 dirhams for a Pepsi. I'm just adding,
Yeah,
rounding it
okay,
up.
yeah.
So that's how much is that now? 4, 5, 6, 7,
80.
80
Yeah.
plus a chocolate split in half, which would be $10. So that is 90. But if you're paying completely full price for everything,
Right.
and then you spend on fuel because you're sitting in your car and it's on.
And you're using your own car audio. I mean,
Yeah.
hello, at least give me your Dolby.
Oh yeah, what if you have like really shitty
I
Sounded like a
speakers?
curse word. It sounded like a curse word. I want your Dolby you.
So what were you? Okay, that's actually a good point. What were your expectations? Did you expect them to give you like a speaker that you put inside?
Well, I don't know. I didn't really think about it, but then for that price, I just think it's high. I mean, if the price was low, I would be fine using my car audio. These days, I think most cars have good speakers.
Good speakers, yeah.
Yeah. So, but then if the price, but then again, I mean, there's not much competition. There's like one Vox drive-in, and recently Reed has come up with their own. So there are just two drive-ins.
Yeah.
Although I'm thinking, what movies are coming up? I mean, they're not showing new movies
Yeah,
yet.
right.
Not yet, at least.
So you're going to pay an exorbitant price to be
For
ripped
something
off
that
for
has already released. And
Right.
perhaps you have a Netflix subscription where you can watch that movie.
Probably, yeah, that's true.
Yeah.
That's true.
Right.
I actually forgot to mention that while we were talking about epic things to watch, we rewatched Lord of the Rings 1, 2, and 3
Oh wow.
because we ran out of things to watch.
Wow.
You know, and we watched it, and honestly, we thoroughly enjoyed it again.
Yeah.
It was great fun. So I think that's something that I don't tend to like to watch movies repeatedly too often, except if it's like something I absolutely love. But it was interesting. I don't know. I've been wanting to do it for years, and this sort of forced me into it. It was nice experience.
Yeah.
Anything like this you guys have done?
Just watch more Netflix than usual, I guess.
Yeah. For me, today only I watched Constantine. It's
Constantine,
an
yeah. I've been wanting
old
to watch
movie,
it,
but
yeah.
that's like what do you call in Bollywood, like masala movie.
Masala movie.
It's not a great like cult movie, but it's a good
Good
it's a
Keanu
movie.
film, actually.
Yes.
Yeah, I've added to my list, but I haven't actually done it yet.
I think it's recently available.
Yeah. That's my point. I mean, on Netflix, I added it to my list. It's showing up. Watch it now, or what to watch next, and I've not really done it yet. But I should be doing it soon.
But talking about the drive-in, even I have experienced drive-in back in India.
Mm-hmm.
I used to stay in Daman, and like me and my family, 4 of us went for a movie. I think it was Basic Instant. Very good performances. No, I'm just kidding. Of course not. I was like 6 years old.
Yeah, he's like, ooh, mummy, ye kya hai?
So yeah. So it was a good experience. I mean, it's just. I think it's still a novelty experience. I mean,
But drive-in theaters, cinemas was not a novelty back then. Was that a novelty?
I think so. I mean, yeah.
I guess.
For me, it was
a
because
novelty.
I think by the time maybe you and I saw it, it was the end of drive-in cinema. So it was still a novelty.
Do you remember your experience?
Yes, actually.
So how did the audio system work? What was the audio system that you had?
Audio system was it was a speaker next to your car. You cannot put that inside your car, but it was a speaker. The audio was pathetic. And
so you'd roll down your windows and just drive next to it.
Yes.
And the audio would leak into your car, basically.
All 4 family members were like this, sticking to each other, no social distancing at all.
He said, "I will f you up, Mummy. I cannot say these words." Wow.
So it was okay. I mean, but still, I think people look for when they think about movies, they want to go to a cinema theater, because I went for those open theaters in Dubai. I've gone for those.
Okay.
Not a fan.
I mean, it's again a novelty. Me
Not a
and my
fan,
wife,
yeah.
we went before marriage, so it was a kind of a special date. It's fine, because they serve stuff there. Food.
Okay.
Yeah,
Oh,
beverages, like hard beverages also they serve there. So it was a fun experience, but I won't go again.
So we had gone for the one in Jumeirah Road, Gallery Mall, or whatever it's called.
Galleria.
Not Galleria, Gallery, I think it's called. Is it called Galleria?
Galleria on Al Safa Road. Vox Galleria. I don't know which one it is.
Yeah, I guess that's the one. And they have the open air cinema experience.
Yeah.
It was horrible.
Okay.
The audio was so bad because you can hear the cars on the road.
Oh,
The screen is dimmed out because of the street lamps.
Oh.
And the seating, we took the cabana. It was like we were doing, I think we just wanted to go out for a nice romantic evening, and we chose to do it that way. Okay, the movie was was not the smartest choice on my part.
What was
it? Was Logan.
Oh, okay.
Not really meant for
Perfect romantic comedy.
So we went for that, but we got like a package. We got popcorn and those monkey cookies and stuff like that. Yeah, like you're saying, one-off maybe, but honestly, I didn't enjoy it because the audio, I didn't understand half of what was being said. I had to like rewatch the movie to really catch on.
Imagine watching a premiere of like Avengers Endgame there.
Oh my god, no.
I mean, yeah. So
that would be really sad. And you pay a premium for it too.
Yeah.
So, yeah.
Yeah,
that was another experience where I had people in front who were talking or on their phone, and you know, the people who take care of everybody's orders comes walking through, and they're like right across your viewing your view or whatever, and no, not a good experience. Not even worth the novelty factor. I thought I would recommend my parents to go or some other friends to go, and I said absolutely do not waste your money. You know.
Right.
I guess if it was an isolated place where it was really dark, it would work. You know, where there's no street noise. But yeah, too many cars, and that road is notorious for having bigger engine cars.
How was the weather? Which month?
The month that I went in?
Yeah.
I don't remember. Cooler months, obviously.
Obviously.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Now I can't even go in the balcony.
Yeah.
When we went, it was like freezing.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So too cold then.
Yeah, it was too cold.
Right.
Yeah. Maybe Logan would have helped. Logan movie.
Yeah.
Without that adrenaline rush.
Right.
We went for like this Seattle. What's the movie? Old movie Seattle. Something in Seattle.
Something in Seattle.
Yeah.
Okay. Something. It's like a
S.
Yeah, it rhymes. Now I'm going to Sleepless in Seattle. That's what it is.
Sleepless in Seattle. Yeah.
I had to Google it. I wish I knew it by myself, but yeah. Yeah, that's a good movie. So you went for a rewatch, basically.
No, because I haven't watched that movie before.
No, so you're talking about like the open air in Wafi or something, right?
No, it was in Al Habtoor Hotel.
But one of those like
Marina side.
One of those free where you pay for your concessions.
Yeah, true.
Is it one of those, or did you pay for tickets?
I paid for the tickets.
Okay,
oh, interesting.
I think in Al Habtoor Hotel, somewhere it was. They were showing those classics. It's not that in Al Sarkal Avenue where they show movies you can come for free and all.
Yeah. So I thought that's what you meant.
No.
When you said Sleepless in Seattle, because we had gone to the Wafi Garden open air cinema thing, whatever it's called. We went there a few times. Those were fun because you've seen the movie already, and then everybody's talking. I don't mind it. That's a whole different vibe. You know, you're all laughing and giggling, and you go as a family.
To the Wafi.
Yeah, that's fun. That's a fun experience. But for a movie that you want to rewatch,
right?
Because then even there the audio quality is pretty crap and the video quality is very average and all of that fun stuff. But yeah, cool. I think that's almost the end of our episode, but there was one cool thing.
Yes.
I think Udit, you were mentioning something. Just run it through us again because I don't know what it was exactly.
Yes. So we were just talking about how COVID has changed movies and Netflix and all of this, and what different are series or movies doing in this thing. So to all our listeners out there, this may be a sort of a spoiler for one of the series, which is Blacklist. If you all have seen that series, I don't know if you all have seen or not seen, or how much of it you have seen, but the last episode.
So basically that's our warning that this is a potential spoiler alert. Yeah. So if you are watching that show, either watch the episode, or if you don't care, then listen along.
So the last episode of season 7, which is the finale, They were shooting this episode, and that's when the COVID came, and they had to stop their shooting. And so I was just watching it, and there was this character speaking something, and suddenly it changes to this person who looks like he's in a Zoom meeting. I mean, just like a regular, not a proper shooting, and he's like, this is what she would have said if this, and I'm like, what's happening here? And then another character with a similar Zoom setup, this is what happens. I'm like, oh, what's going on here? And then they're like, due to the coronavirus, they could not shoot, but they wanted to give their fans the episode to show them, and to stay safe and everything. So what they've done is they have made the last finale partially animated version.
So, is it animated or it's like special effects where they want to look like realistic special effects?
No, it's animated.
So it's not a Zoom. It's not a Zoom.
No.
Reading or something.
No. It's proper animation. Something like comics a little bit, but because you have these little yellow boxes with some description. So I think they had to do it very fast. I mean, they didn't have so much time like a proper animated movie to make this episode. And so in some scenes, where they, in a normal series, you can look at the characters' eyes and judge what they're thinking. But here they had to actually write that, this character, he's thinking this with his eyes. So that little yellow strip, that little yellow box in the corner, and all these characters are animated. But of course, they have done voiceover, so the voice is real.
Right. Wait, so let me get this straight. So you have the actual live action bit.
Right.
And then suddenly you'll move to an animated bit.
Yes.
And then potentially you will move back to a live action bit, and then back to an animated bit, and it goes.
That's right. Right.
So they've done a 3D model of the actor in the scene, and they've recreated the scene.
Yes. That's exactly
wow,
what
that's
they've done.
bizarre. That is so bizarre. But props to them. That's cool. That's innovative.
I know. I mean, come to think of it, I didn't like it much. I mean, okay, this is not what I want from Blacklist. But then, if you think the other way, despite the coronavirus being there, they've actually given their audience something like, hey, we want you to be safe. Even we want to be safe, not go out there, follow all the rules. But we don't want you, not give you the last episode. So here it is, doing something out of the box, and here you go. You have the last episode.
That's pretty cool.
I
can imagine in IMDb, like Blacklist will be like drama, thriller, manga.
They've gone to a whole other dimension now. That's cool. I kind of gave up on that show, but I'm looking forward to at least this episode, if nothing else. That's cool.
You should.
But is it available? Because you said earlier that all the seasons are not available.
So in the UA Netflix, it is not. Only 5 seasons are available until now, so you'll have to make other arrangements to see the 6th and 7th season and the last episode of season 7, basically.
But did you like the episode from a episode perspective, not from a visual perspective?
Storytelling perspective.
The story, yes, I did. I liked.
You liked it, okay?
Yes, I did.
And that's the end of the season or end of the series?
End of the season.
Okay, so there's potentially a season 8 coming out.
Yes.
Okay, that's how disassociated I am with that show. I followed it, I think, for maybe three seasons or 4 seasons or something like that. Yeah.
Right.
How is it? I'm planning to start it. Is it good?
It
really starts off phenomenally.
Oh, it's amazing.
Does it remain amazing? Because I honestly gave up.
Well, frankly, after 3-4 seasons, it does get a little monotonous. Most of the episodes have a similar storyline where, one of the
without spoiling it.
Yeah, one of the characters is trying to find out something and he's like, no, I won't do this. Okay, go find this out, then I'll tell you more. Something to that effect. That's what's in it. But then, it did make me watch, I felt like watching till the end of it.
So does that formula, so to say, continue for till all the 7 seasons?
No.
So they change it up, right?
Yes, they do.
I think it's like Suit.
Suits was amazing. Suits
not towards the end, man.
I mean, not towards the end. I mean,
it went on for a while.
Yeah, well, I don't mean to give spoilers, but if one of the characters was the Duchess,
right?
I mean, there wasn't much that they could do.
Right, fair enough. I mean, no, but I don't think that was it. I think they could have ended it even before they were leaving the show.
I mean, like after 3rd season, it got very repetitive. I mean, like same thing again and again. The bad guy. I don't know the bad guy, but it's Harvey Dent, and the other guy's name is the prodigy.
Harvey Specter.
Harvey Dent.
Who's Harvey Dent? Who's Harvey Dent?
Two-Face from Batman. Harvey Specter and Mike,
Yeah.
Mike something.
So Mike, of course, like Mike is the one that is not
The prodigy
following
sort
this. Yeah, and not following the straight line. I mean, like doing stuff here and there, and he would confess that he has made a problem, but he has made a mistake, but still he'll again victimize himself. Like, I'm the victim in this situation.
Right.
It got so repetitive after like season 3.
And I felt like every episode was our company, our firm is now under attack, and now we need to band together and save our firm, and now there's another name added to the firm, and then we're fine for one episode, and then again we've been attacked, and now we have to band together and save our firm, and we've added another name, and you know.
In Avengers also, I think Mark Ruffalo said 3 times that Thanos is coming.
Yeah.
That's it.
True.
But I really like the suits for the dialogues. Maybe the storyline had got a bit repetitive, but the dialogues, or I don't know, I just.
But the dialogues are not like Breaking Bad kind of dialogues, where there's quality. It's just punchlines.
It's punchlines. Yeah, definitely got punchlines.
Punchlines.
Yeah, but some characters do redeem themselves towards the end. I think it's okay. It's worth watching probably till the end, but don't expect too much, I guess.
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah. I mean, for me personally, the lockdown has brought me the finale for Star Wars Clone Wars, which was phenomenal. Like, I mean, it was one of my top shows. It's animated, fine. I do love my animations, and I do like Star Wars in its concept form, not the movies necessarily, because I think I don't know what he did with them. I'm not that much of a fan of the stories. I'm a fan of what, like, you know, you have that relationship where you think you're having a certain relationship, but it's actually not that. So it's like that with me and Star Wars. I think of it in a different way, you know. So Star Wars Clone Wars, on the other hand, met that expectation of mine, you know. And it disappeared for, I don't know how long it's been, many years in the middle where they didn't conclude it necessarily. We got another show called Star Wars Rebels, which concluded properly. And great show, nothing to take away. Some phenomenal moments there too. But Clone Wars getting a conclusion season for me was epic. I enjoyed every episode, even the ones that I didn't like very much. Just the fact that I was watching, like, they put the effort and made a final episode. I was really happy with that. That I think, I don't know if anyone's into Star Wars or anything, watch Clone Wars for sure. Watch this final season. Worth it. Worth it. If you want something epic, that actually might be worth checking out.
But
more sci-fi
do I
epic.
need to watch the Star Wars in, like, that came in 79? Because I've tried and I cannot do it.
Maybe you don't need to watch it. I think just maybe watch like a summary of all of them.
Oh, okay.
So you'll understand, like, because for example, like, it's not even a spoiler anymore, but one of the guys, he's good and then he turns bad. And it's in between that transition when this show is going on. And knowing that will give you a perspective about everything that happens. And he'll say, like, oh, this is for the good. And you'll be like, haha, but you turned bad. And it adds a different layer to it. So it's fun to watch with that knowledge. So I would say definitely watch like a summary, like 5-minute summary of each movie. So you understand the basic gist of it. And then that should be good enough.
Where is it, on Netflix or?
Star Wars, Disney Plus, so OSN, I guess.
Oh, okay. So you must have watched Mandalorian?
I have watched Mandalorian, but that was before the pandemic.
Okay.
Mandalorian is also phenomenal, and you do not need to know Star Wars for that.
Oh, that's why I didn't watch it.
No, you don't need to.
Okay.
I mean, there are like subtle hints here and there, but if you're not into the subtlety, it's beautifully produced. Beautifully produced. It's I think it's made by Jon Favreau, if I'm not mistaken, and I absolutely love that guy. I've been binging on The Chef Show on Netflix. If you guys haven't checked that out, watch that. It's hilarious. It's a lot of fun. It's a cooking show that's the worst cooking show, but a phenomenal, fun show to watch.
Okay.
Yeah.
No, but
that's when you check
talking
out.
about Mandalorian, when we talk about technical aspects of it, I watched how it's made,
Right.
and there are no green screen or anything. It's just like full
yeah.
television. I mean, it's cylindrical, like just monitors.
Yeah.
So they get the like perfect lighting, perfect background.
yeah.
They can change the blurriness, everything they can do. It's quite
And it shows.
impressive.
It really
Yeah.
shows. And with Baby Yoda, it's got a weird cute factor to it, which you wouldn't expect from a show like this. And then it's got a bit of seriousness, a bit of like cultishness, and it's actually, for an epic, I think that would be one to try. Maybe even more than Star Wars, because that's the Clone Wars, because that's an animated one. But yeah.
I think all the ugly babies should be called Yoda, Baby Yoda.
Really?
Oh, he's so cute. He looks like Baby Yoda.
Yeah. Fair enough, yeah. Yes. It's ugly for a human, I guess.
Yeah,
But it's cute for a Yoda. Or
Are
whatever
we
that
already
species is
talking
called.
about aliens coming in 2020 now?
Oh, isn't there a whole trend with alien shows and stuff happening, and alien movies and whatnot? At the
Right.
end of last year, there was I believe a US, I don't know if it was a government video or something, or military video or what it was, that was said that it's actually a fact that it was a UFO. We don't know what it was. I don't know. I don't believe in half of this stuff until
Right.
I am proved for sure. I wish they are. I guess I believe that there are aliens, like smart life, sentient life, somewhere else in this
Right.
universe. But whether they are spying on us, I mean, if they came now, they'd probably be like, nope, see ya. Yeah. And that's what it is. Cool.
Right.
Well, I guess that's our episode. This was a slightly different format, a little fun.
Yeah.
We're trying to have a positive spin on the whole pandemic. We hope you guys like this episode. If do follow us on all the various podcasting platforms that are out there. We are available on iTunes podcasts, on Spotify, on what are the other ones? Outcast,
Castbox.
Castbox,
Yeah. Overcast.
Overcast, yeah.
Yeah.
Outcast? No, it's Overcast. That's what it was. Yeah. Yeah.
Hey,
Cool.
Yeah. That's Outcast, right?
Yeah, that's Outcast. Cool. So I guess we'll see you guys in the next episode. So let's sign off.
All right. So all good. Please stay home, stay safe, and take care of yourself.
All right, and tell us what new shows are you watching, what to binge watch, and stay safe, stay home.
Absolutely. Stay safe, stay home, and catch us on the next episode. Take care.
All right. Again. Bye.
Peace.
Peace.